Robert, I know in the last few years there's been a lot of changes going on, all the different policy changes, and I get a lot of clients that always ask, should I file a claim, or should I get a contractor out first, or should I call my insurance first? What should I do? What would be your best advice on what somebody like myself should tell them as a contractor?
Sure. Our first advice is always to make sure that they're getting sound advice, so that they're having somebody that they trust to get on the roof and to make a good decision with them. And finding that person isn't always easy, especially if they're solicited. Let's say that there's been a storm that comes through, and somehow now you've got 75 people that are walking the streets, and they're all knocking on the door, and they're saying, hey, surely you've got help, I just helped your neighbor across the street, let us get up there. Well, those people aren't likely looking for your best interest in that case. In that circumstance, I always suggest that they get somebody on the roof that they can trust. Because honestly, if you call some insurance agencies, they'll just file the claim because they feel like that's their obligation. Whereas we take one step further and say, let's talk about, how did you learn that there's any damage to your roof? And they say, well, somebody stopped by and knocked on the door. I would say, well, then that's probably not the right person to trust yet. They may be right, but let's get somebody out that you can trust, that can give you some good advice. So that's the number one thing that we look at is, how did you learn that there was damage? And when we know that it was somebody that came from you, for example, that you give them good advice, because we know that when you get on the roof, then you're looking for likely one of two things. You're saying, number one, is this damaged by a covered cause of loss, like hail or wind? And then if it is damaged by that, is the damage widespread to where it's going to exceed your deductible? If you have a claim that was a $0 claim because it didn't exceed your deductible, or it wasn't a covered cause of loss, that impacts you negatively whenever you go to file and try to find a new carrier. So we give that advice up front because we really want people to be in control of that situation. They want to be able to make those decisions that are best for their family. And so if we start with good advice, then we know that they're going to carry that all the way through with respect.
Wow. That's a great answer. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate that.
It's a common one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome.